Now, I mentioned that the file that I'm playing on, I have not touched in, I think, over a decade. Now, I have played this game a number of times in recent years, but I actually haven't touched this game in over a year. I mean, I think I've played a few levels, but I haven't played anything. I haven't played the game in full in a long time. So, I thought it would be kind of interesting if I did a partially blind run. Because this game is actually a bit repetitive with what you have to do. Because, like I said, there's like 5 or 6 types of missions. You're basically doing the same thing. It's just actually, carrying out the mission gets harder. Now, I just got a token from Ham, so I don't have to worry about collecting any coins. This right here. You didn't see it, but Mr. Potato Head, sorry, he threw me out there. I didn't expect him to talk. Okay, I don't know why. They talk all the time. Mr. Potato Head actually appears in, I believe, 5 of the levels. And every time he has something missing. And in this level, it's his ear. Now, his ear is actually on one of the shelves in the living room. I'll actually show it to you when I get back there. I really should have shown it to you before, when I was up there. The darn thing was gone. But in this level, you actually have to find his ear. And when you do, he gives you that cosmic shield. So, Potato Head actually doesn't require any special missions except that. He just needs you to find something. I believe the next time it'll be his eye. And I think what you get for that is a special weapon. It's a weapon you're going to need for certain missions and for a boss fight. But yeah, that's pretty much all you have to do with him. He doesn't require anything special. Just find whatever he's missing. Now, it's not going to be like this level where whatever he's missing will be in like a separate area. There's going to be times where it's in a separate level altogether. So you'll really have to, move on first before you can unlock whatever he gives you. And fortunately, you only have to do this once. So once you find whatever he's looking for and you unlock that artifact, it's free to use in any level that you find it. So in this level, we found his ear, we unlocked the cosmic shield. So now the cosmic shield will be available in any level that we find it. Now, you'll notice that whenever I get a token, I get the option to keep playing or move on to the next level. Now, it's like that with every token. You can keep playing and find more tokens. And that's something I really recommend doing because you can't progress to certain levels unless you do that. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's levels. I believe it's just boss battles. Now, I have 5 tokens now, so I don't even have to do the next level. There is no exit. There's just tokens. So, you can find a token and leave the level that way, or you can just leave from the menu.
I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace.
And I don't believe you get anything special for getting all the coins in a level. At least I've never bothered to get all the coins. Now, that bounce that I did there, well, this right here, it's not really a bounce, it's a stomp, really. You do that by jumping and pushing the circle button. The circle the circle button also does a spin move that's actually supposed to be more powerful than your laser. Just the regular laser, not the green laser. The green laser is powerful. This right here is, I think it technically is more powerful than the green laser, but not by much. So if you push circle, you can do the spin move, and if you hold it down, now don't get too crazy with that, because when he's dizzy, he cannot move. So if there's an enemy around, you really want to be careful with that. Make sure you defeat the enemy first. Yeah, her face is creepy. No, it's not creepy. Alright, that's actually the last of the tokens, but I'm going to show you where to find Potato Head's ear. You actually have to climb... See, not on the couch. You have to climb... way up here. Down here. The top of this cabinet. This is where his ear is. So, let's get out of here. Now at the end, they're going to tally everything that you found. And they have already, you'll see that the shield is unlocked. And I already gained all the tokens. 5 tokens per level. Now, I have to play the second level before I can go on to the first boss. So, even though I have enough tokens, I actually have to go through each level first. So, we're actually going to be getting 4 tokens in here because I can't win the race with our C. So, oh, and needless to say, these batteries are your health. I know it's blatantly obvious, but just saying it anyway. Now, this mission right here is the item mission, or the Lost Companions, or whatever you really want to call that. Sergeant is actually missing 5 of his soldiers, and the first one is here. I don't really understand why you had to do it this way. You basically have to find him above these anthills, and it's extremely dark because he's basically a green hue against green grass. But you can't collect him until you stomp on these anthills first. Afterwards, then you can collect him. When you find him, he'll duck back down into the anthill, and you have to stomp on it quickly. And if you don't do it quick enough, he'll move on to it to the next anthill. Now, I don't really understand why that is, but it's not hard, so I'm not complaining. Now, the game doesn't really get all that bad until... The game actually never really gets bad. It's mostly the, as with any platformer, the actual platforming element does get a bit frustrating because there's lots of areas where you need to climb up, and if you fall all the way down, you're basically, you know, completely starting over unless you take advantage of the shortcuts in this, and I really recommend that you do, because you are going to have to do a lot of climbing upward. Yeah, I think they got a bit carried away with that, but, you know, it's still a fun game all the same. Alright, now, as I said before, there are random tokens located in areas in each level, and for this level, it's above the pool. So you gotta blow this duck up. Blow the duck up. You gotta blow up this rubber duck and collect the token. Let's see, the boss, I believe, is the Zurg kite. Now, if you remember from the film, Zurg is supposed to be Buzz Lightyear's mortal enemy. And we do fight Zurg, but we don't fight him until much later. This is actually just a kite. And he flies around everywhere, so he's kind of hard to hit. Now, like I said, this game, since it's the same missions for every, or the same types of missions for every level, except maybe a few exceptions down the road, you know, what you're doing can get really repetitive. But it still gets really tricky to do. Like that climbing element I was talking about earlier. It's a darn good thing fall damage isn't in this game. But yeah, the music skips. I don't know why.
No time to lose.
But, you know, I was actually going to just mute my TV and play the game that way. But I decided against it. You know, I thought, you know, since it works on the PS2, I may as well play it on that. But that meant I had to dig up my old memory cards, and that's why I wanted to be lazy and just play it on my PS3, since the game is saved on my hard drive. But fortunately, I managed to find my memory cards. I only found 2, unfortunately. You'll probably remember me doing a video on my memory cards before. I actually did a video on Spyro the Dragon, where I left off. I believe I was on Peacekeepers.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Commence Star Command.
Don't remember how much I did, but yeah. I used to hate this part. Oh crap. For obvious reasons. It's really not hard though. And you know, speaking of Spyro, everyone hates treetops. This game is actually no different for me as far as a hated level. Because, like, everyone hates treetops. I am the complete opposite. I absolutely love that level. It's my favorite level in the game. With this one, it's an alley level. The part that everyone hates actually can't be done when you first play the level, so you're not going to see it until much later. But yeah, everyone hates it. And I can understand why. Because it's just that climbing element that I was talking about coming into play again. That comes into play after you unlock something from Mr. Potato Head. So, we just found Ham, and we just paid him 50 coins. Now, we're going to get the last of these soldiers, but we're not going to go down just yet. Because up here is where the boss is. Now, before I get up to him, I'm going to drop this rope here. This right here is your shortcut. Up right.
No time to lose.
And Buzz won't really grab onto anything if he's falling, so yeah, be careful with platforming like this, like climbing up, well, anywhere really. You really want to take advantage of the shortcuts. Now these are the main enemies you see here, but they get worse. Much worse. There's actually enemies where you're required to use that spin move. The laser won't do anything.